What if I told you that some of Hollywood's biggest stars have completely abandoned traditional fitness routines? No more grueling gym sessions, no endless cardio, no conventional Pilates classes. Instead, they're following a revolutionary approach that has transformed not just their bodies, but their entire relationship with movement and strength. Anne Hathaway, Stanley Tucci, and Emily Blunt, three completely different actors with one surprising thing in common. They've all discovered a fitness method so unconventional that it defies everything we thought we knew about celebrity workouts. And when Anne Hathaway publicly declared that this approach changed my life, the internet went into overdrive trying to uncover her secrets. But here's what makes this story even more intriguing. This isn't about expensive equipment, exclusive gyms, or Hollywood trainers charging thousands per session. This is about a complete reimagining of what exercise can be, and the results are so dramatic that A-list celebrities are waking up at 5 a.m. just to experience it. Before we dive into this fascinating journey, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Trust me, what you're about to discover will completely change how you think about fitness, and you won't want to miss a single detail of this investigation. So what exactly is this mysterious method that has captured Hollywood's attention? The mastermind behind this transformation is trainer Monique Eastwood, whose approach breaks every conventional fitness rule in the book. While most celebrity trainers focus on intense weightlifting or high-impact cardio, Eastwood has created something entirely different, a fusion that combines elements most people would never think to put together. Her method weaves together dance choreography, ballet precision, Pilates principles, yoga flexibility, and resistance training into seamless flowing sequences. But this isn't just about mixing different exercise styles. Eastwood has identified a fundamental flaw in how most people approach fitness, and her solution is both elegant and revolutionary. The traditional fitness world operates in predictable patterns, but Eastwood recognized that our bodies are designed for complex, multifaceted movement. Her sessions challenge every plane of motion simultaneously, creating what she calls body intelligence, an awareness that goes far beyond simple strength or endurance. When Anne Hathaway first encountered this method, she was preparing for demanding film roles that required not just physical fitness, but a deeper connection to movement and performance. What she discovered was a training philosophy that would reshape her understanding of what her body could achieve. When I first approached Monique Eastwood's training method, confidence wasn't something I lacked. As someone who has extensively covered fitness trends and tested countless workout regimens, I assumed this dance-influenced approach would be manageable. After all, how challenging could movements inspired by ballet and Pilates really be? That assumption was shattered within the first 30 minutes. What began as curiosity quickly transformed into a humbling experience that left me questioning everything I thought I knew about physical conditioning. The studio floor became my temporary refuge as I found myself breathing heavily, perspiration covering my entire body, despite never touching anything heavier than light resistance bands. The sensation in my legs was unlike anything I had experienced from traditional strength training. My quadriceps burned with an intensity typically reserved for heavy squatting sessions. Yet I hadn't performed a single conventional leg exercise. More surprisingly, my core muscles trembled uncontrollably, revealing weaknesses I never knew existed despite years of focused abdominal training. Eastwood's sessions operate more like carefully choreographed performances than typical fitness classes. Each sequence flows seamlessly into the next, creating continuous challenges that demand both physical and mental engagement. One moment requires opening the hips into a deep plie position while reaching overhead. The next transitions into a complex curtsy squat that tests balance and coordination simultaneously. The beauty of Eastwood's demonstrations contrasted sharply with my awkward attempts to replicate her movements. While she moved with the fluid grace of a principal dancer, my body responded with mechanical stiffness that bordered on comical. Specific movements proved particularly challenging. Hip mobility exercises that looked effortless on screen became nearly impossible puzzles for my inflexible joints to solve. This struggle wasn't unique to my experience. Anne Hathaway herself admits that her initial sessions were equally humbling. Her knees wobbled uncontrollably, balance seemed impossible to maintain, and even basic yoga positions felt foreign and uncomfortable. Yet Eastwood's approach never emphasized these limitations as failures, instead treating them as starting points for transformation. The methodology behind this difficulty becomes clear when examining how most fitness routines condition our bodies. Traditional exercises, while effective for building strength, often limit movement to predictable patterns. Our bodies adapt to these restrictions, gradually losing the ability to move with the complexity and fluidity that Eastwood's method demands. What made this experience particularly challenging was the constant need for mental engagement. Unlike conventional workouts where muscle memory can take over, every sequence required active concentration and adjustment. The brain had to work as hard as the muscles, creating a comprehensive training experience that extended far beyond physical exertion. The foundation of Eastwood's revolutionary approach lies in understanding how human movement actually functions in real life. While most fitness programs focus on linear patterns up and down, forward and backward. Our bodies are designed to operate in three distinct planes of motion simultaneously. Traditional strength training predominantly utilizes what exercise scientists call the sagittal plane. Squats, deadlifts, push-ups, and most popular gym exercises occur within this limited range. However, our joints and muscles are capable of much more complex movement patterns that include lateral motion and rotational components. The frontal plane governs side-to-side movements, while the transverse plane controls rotational actions. These movement patterns are essential for everyday activities, from reaching across your body to turning while walking. Yet conventional fitness routines largely ignore these planes, creating imbalances that can lead to stiffness and increased injury risk over time. Eastwood's methodology deliberately incorporates all three planes within each sequence. Students find themselves squatting while rotating, stepping laterally while reaching overhead, and transitioning between positions that challenge stability from multiple angles simultaneously. This comprehensive approach activates smaller stabilizing muscles that rarely engage during traditional workouts. The impact of this three-dimensional training extends far beyond the studio. These supporting muscles around the shoulders and hips play crucial roles in overall movement quality and injury prevention. When properly conditioned, they enhance performance in conventional exercises, allowing for greater strength expression and more efficient movement patterns. The body operates on a fundamental principle of adaptation. Tissues that aren't regularly challenged gradually lose their capacity for complex movement. Modern lifestyles, combined with limited exercise patterns, contribute to this progressive restriction. Eastwood's approach directly counters this tendency by consistently demanding varied movement patterns that maintain joint mobility and muscle activation. This philosophy of balanced development creates what Eastwood describes as dancer's strength, a quality that combines power, flexibility, and coordination in equal measure. Rather than developing isolated muscle groups, the method builds integrated strength that translates into improved function across all physical activities. The result is bodies that move with greater efficiency, resilience, and grace in both athletic and daily life contexts. Eastwood's innovative approach didn't emerge overnight, but rather evolved from her extensive background as a professional dancer and her observations of traditional fitness limitations. Her stage experience provided deep insights into movement quality and the discipline required for peak physical performance. But pregnancy and motherhood redirected her focus toward teaching and developing others. The transition into Pilates instruction gave Eastwood a more structured framework for understanding anatomy and movement mechanics. However, she quickly identified a significant problem with conventional Pilates sessions. Many participants would enter what she observed as a passive state during floor-based exercises. This mental disengagement undermined the potential benefits of the training. Recognizing that engagement was crucial for meaningful results, Eastwood began experimenting with more dynamic approaches. She started incorporating dance-inspired movements while maintaining Pilates principles of controlled breathing, proper alignment, and core engagement. This fusion created sessions that demanded constant mental attention and physical adaptation. The addition of resistance training elements further enhanced the method's effectiveness. Rather than separating strength work from flexibility and coordination training, Eastwood integrated weighted exercises into flowing sequences. This approach challenged muscles in multiple ways simultaneously while maintaining the graceful, controlled quality that characterized her dance background. Yoga components were woven throughout to provide necessary stretching and recovery between more intensive segments. This created a comprehensive system that addressed strength, flexibility, coordination, and mental focus within single sessions. The result was workouts that felt more like artistic expression than traditional exercise. The intensity of this integrated approach proved surprisingly demanding. Participants found themselves thoroughly exhausted despite never lifting particularly heavy weights. The constant need for balance, coordination, and multi-directional movement created a form of conditioning that traditional methods couldn't replicate. This methodology's effectiveness lies in its ability to simultaneously challenge multiple physical systems. Rather than isolating individual components of fitness, Eastwood's approach treats the body as an integrated whole. Muscles must work together to maintain stability while executing complex movement patterns, creating strength that translates directly into improved function and performance in all physical activities. After 4 weeks of following Eastwood's methodology, the changes became undeniably apparent, though they manifested in ways that traditional fitness metrics couldn't capture. While dramatic physical transformations require significantly longer timeframes, the improvements in movement, quality, and functional capacity were remarkable. The most noticeable development was enhanced mobility throughout my entire body. Joints that had felt restricted for years suddenly accessed ranges of motion I had forgotten existed. The hip mobility exercises that initially seemed impossible gradually became manageable, then eventually fluid. This improvement wasn't limited. 2 training sessions, everyday movements felt more natural and effortless. Perhaps more significantly, These benefits transferred directly into conventional training routines. Barbell exercises that had plateaued for months suddenly felt more stable and powerful. The awakening of smaller, stabilizing muscles around major joints created a foundation that supported heavier loads and more complex movements. Personal records that had seemed unattainable became achievable. Milestones. The enhanced body awareness developed through Eastwood's method created improvements in posture and movement efficiency that extended throughout daily life. Simple activities like walking, climbing stairs, and reaching for objects felt more coordinated and natural. The integration of three-dimensional movement patterns had essentially recalibrated how my nervous system controlled muscular activation. Beyond the physical adaptations, the psychological benefits proved equally valuable. Each session provided mental challenges that demanded complete focus and presence. This combination of physical and cognitive engagement created a form of moving meditation that improved both fitness and mental clarity simultaneously. The variety and complexity of movements ensured that boredom never became an issue. Unlike repetitive gym routines that can become monotonous, each session felt fresh and engaging. This sustainability factor explains why celebrities like Anne Hathaway maintain such dedication to the method. It provides continuous challenge and interest alongside exceptional results. The experience validated Eastwood's philosophy that the most effective fitness approaches address the entire person rather than isolated physical components. Movement, quality, mental engagement, and functional improvement created a comprehensive transformation that extended far beyond traditional exercise outcomes. If this deep dive into revolutionary fitness methods has inspired your own journey toward better movement and health, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Tomorrow brings another fascinating exploration into the science of human performance, and you won't want to miss the cutting-edge discoveries we'll be uncovering. Join our community of forward-thinking individuals who are ready to challenge conventional wisdom and unlock their true physical potential.